few years ago, I never would have imagined myself building a software product. I graduated with a degree in medical technology, so coding was never part of my background. Since then, most of my experience has been in content creation and social media marketing, not software development. But after spending months watching founders turn their ideas into subscription apps and seeing how much AI technology has advanced, I started wondering, could someone like me find a real problem, build a working web app with AI, and potentially turn it into a SaaS product without knowing how to code? So that's exactly what I'm gonna try in this video. But I don't want to build a random app just because the idea sounds exciting. I'm going to choose a specific market, search Reddit and other social media platforms for problems people complain about, and I will build a minimum viable product designed to solve the main problem that I find. To build it, I will be using Hostinger Horizons, the sponsor of today's video. Hostinger Horizons is an AI web app builder that allows me to describe the app and features that I want through prompts and then helps turn those instructions into a working web app. So before I enter a single prompt, I first need to decide who I want to build this app for, or simply my target market. After watching so many startup stories, one thing I've noticed is that many founders build a product for markets they already understand. And I think that makes sense because choosing a market I am familiar with means I can understand the users more easily and I can recognize their problems. And that's why I decided to focus on the content creator market. I've been creating content for years now and I already understand many of the challenges creators face. But content creation is still a broad market, so I narrowed it down into brand sponsorships. Brand deals can involve emails, contracts, deadlines, deliverables, invoices, and payments. And I know from experience how confusing it can get when everything is spread across different tools. But of course, my personal experience is not enough. The next step is to find out whether other creators are struggling with the same problem. So I'm gonna start with Reddit because this is where people ask real questions and share their frustrations. I will search something like, how do you track brand deals and deadlines? And I found this post from a creator working with 8 brands who said they were losing their mind trying to keep track of everything. And then I found another creator saying their whole system felt chaotic because they were trying to track pitches, follow-ups, contracts, and deals across different tools. And honestly, that sounds very familiar because when you're using Gmail for conversations, notes for reminders, spreadsheets for tracking, it can get confusing. And then I searched how they manage too many sponsorship requests. Here I found a creator asking how to keep track of future sponsors, reserve spots for upcoming videos, and make sure they don't lose opportunities. So even from this first few searches, I'm already seeing a few possible problems. Creators are struggling to track deadlines, follow-ups, payments, and future deals. I'm just gonna keep searching here on Reddit and then I'm gonna save the relevant posts and responses in a Google Doc so I can compare everything later. I also check Facebook groups for content creators and I look through comments on YouTube videos about brand deals and sponsorships. My goal here is to see whether creators on different platforms are talking about the same struggles. Because if the same problem keeps appearing across these platforms, that's a stronger sign that the problem may be worth solving. And now that I've collected these complaints, I'm gonna use ChatGPT to help me organize the research. So I asked ChatGPT to analyze all the posts and comments I collected and identify the main problems creators face, the tools they currently use, a simple app feature that could help with each problem, and the best problem to focus on for an MVP. I'm going to paste the prompt here, then upload the Google Doc containing all of my research. So let's just wait for it to process. And here's what it found. The clearest target user is a solo content creator or UGC creator managing several active sponsorships without a dedicated manager. It also organized the recurring complaints into a table, which is good, showing the problem, what creators currently do, and a possible feature that could help. Creators are losing track of what needed to be filmed, submitted, posted, followed up on, or invoiced because the information is spread across too many places. So based on that pattern, the recommended app type is a creator sponsorship tracker. So the main idea is simple. A creator should be able to open one dashboard and immediately see which deals are active, what needs to happen next, and when it is due, and whether the payment is still outstanding. For the first version, these are the recommended features. So now I have a clear concept of the web app. Before building, I want to check if people are already searching for solutions related to this problem. I grouped the keyword into 3 categories. I'm going to open Google Keyword Planner and then click click discover new keywords, choose all locations, then paste the keywords here. So here, the broader terms like creator CRM, influencer CRM, sponsorship tracker showed an estimated 100 to 1,000 average monthly searches. I also found more specific searches like CRM for content creators, sponsorship tracking spreadsheet. There were smaller but still very relevant searches from people trying to figure out how to manage sponsorships. So now I want to be careful with how I interpret this because some search could be from brands or agencies, and of course search volume does not automatically mean that people will use my app, but it does show that people are already looking for both software and manual ways to solve this problem. And now I want to check, are there already companies offering paid products for the same problem? So I searched for brand deal tracker for creators, and then I picked 3 tools that were the closest to the app that I'm planning to build. Looking across these apps, I noticed that most of them had similar features: a brand deal pipeline, deadline and deliverable tracking, brand contracts, and invoice or payment tracking. They also offered paid plans. So at this point, I have 3 useful signals. Creators are repeatedly talking about the problem, some people are searching for related solution, and competitors are already offering paid products with similar features. So this gives me more confidence that this is a real product category rather than an app idea. Now that I know what the app needs to do, it's finally time to build it using hosting or Horizons. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to try it out. So to get started, I'm going to click here and choose a plan. I'm choosing the starter plan because it includes the features that I need to sell subscriptions and digital products. And then I will choose the 12-month option because it includes free hosting and a free domain for the first year. And if you decide to try it, you can use my code SHALA10 to get 10% off. So once the account is ready, I'll go to Horizons and click get started. And now we're inside the builder. Here we can see a chat box where I can simply describe the web app I want to create. So before typing anything into Horizons, I first created a short description of the app. I named it Cresor, which is combination of the words creator and sponsor. So Cresor will be a brand deal tracker for solo creators and UGC creators who manage sponsorships without a dedicated manager. So in this document, I listed the target user, the main problem, and the most important features the app needs. I'm doing this first because the clearer my instructions are, the better the AI can understand what I'm trying to build. I then use ChatGPT to turn that app description into a more detailed building prompt. This prompt now explains the main goal of the app. It also includes the main pages I want, like the dashboard, deals, invoices, and calendar. I have already reviewed this prompt, so I'm going to copy it and paste it into Horizons. And now the AI is building the first version of Cresor. On the right, I can see the code being created, which honestly I would not know how to write myself. But on the left, Horizons explains what it's doing in plain language, so I can still follow the process. So here's the first version of the web app. On the left, we already have the main navigation like dashboard, deals, invoices, calendar, settings, and logout. The dashboard also shows active deals, awaiting payment, tasks due, overdue actions, and upcoming actions. But the most important part is the deals page, so let's test it. I will click add deal and enter a sample sponsorship. Here, the creator can add the brand and campaign name, contact details, platform, content type, current stage, and agreed payment. This is one of the most important fields, next action. So this tells the creator exactly what needs to happen next, whether that's filming, submitting a draft, or sending an invoice. They can also add the due date, posting date, and any important notes. I will click create deal, and now the sponsorship appears as a card on the deals page. The card already shows the brand, campaign, priority, payment, next action, due date, and platform. This is already a good starting point. Next, I want to turn the deals page into a Kanban style pipeline. That way, users can drag a deal from one stage to another as the campaign progresses. I also want each card to open into a complete deal record where the user can edit the deal information, upload a contract or a campaign brief, add the deliverables checklist. So I use ChatGPT to clean up the instructions, and now I will paste the prompt into Horizons. And now here's the result. The deals page is organized into different stages, and I can drag a deal card from one column to another. For example, I will move this deal into in production, and when I click the card, it opens the full deal details. Here, I can update the next action to submit first draft, choose the deadline, and save it. Now, the updated action and due date appear directly on the card. This makes it much easier for a creator to open the app and immediately understand what needs attention. I also want each card to show the content posting dates so the creator knows when the sponsored content needs to go live. So I'm gonna type that in Horizon's chat box. And now we can see that the posting date is visible directly on the deal card. So next, I'm going to create another deal with multiple deliverables to test the checklist. Here, I can upload the contract and campaign brief and then add a required deliverable. But I noticed a small issue here. When I add a deliverable, it doesn't appear immediately. I still have to refresh the page before it shows up. I'm gonna go back to the chat box and ask Horizons to fix it. And this is basically what people mean by vibe coding. Instead of manually writing the code myself, I'm describing what I want to build, checking the result, finding problems, and then asking the AI to fix them. Now let's check if the deliverables are updating properly. So I'm going to add another one. Let's say a 60-second TikTok video and then click add deliverable, and this time it appears immediately. Once a deliverable is submitted, the creator can simply check it off, so it's easy to see what's already done and what still needs attention. The deal record also has an invoice section. So here, the creator can add the invoice number, amount, sent date, due date, status, and paid date. I'll save this invoice here and then open the invoices page. And here it is, the invoice we just created is already linked to that deal. So users can also create an invoice directly from this page by selecting the deal, entering the invoice information, and clicking create invoice. Now, I want it to have the option to download the invoice as PDF. So I'll go back to Horizons and type that in the chat box. And now there's a button to download it as a PDF. The app also has a calendar page that collects the important dates added to each deal. So instead of checking every sponsorship one by one, the creator can open the calendar and see upcoming deadlines, posting dates, and actions in one place. On the main dashboard, we have a quick overview of the deals. That means that the creator can log in and immediately see what needs attention without opening every page. At this point, the main features are working, but I want to improve the design. So next, I asked ChatGPT to help me write a prompt to improve the overall design. I included my brand colors, fonts, and visual direction I wanted for Cresor, and now here's the result. The app now looks much more polished and consistent with the brand. But I noticed that the logo at the top was still the placeholder logo, so I needed to replace that with the actual Cresor logo. So Horizons has an edit content option here where I can directly change selected text and content without sending another prompt. But since the logo is not editable from there, I can use the element selection tool here instead. This arrow button here, I will click that and then select the logo, upload my Cresor logo file, and ask Horizons to replace it. And now the Cresor logo appears at the top. Now let's check how the app looks on mobile. And as we can see here, this version is not really good using a phone. Some sections don't fit properly, so I will ask Horizons to fix it. And now the layout adjusts properly for mobile. I think this is very important because creators may need to check their deals using a phone. The next major feature I want to add is user authentication. Right now, I can use the app, but I want other creators to test it. Each person needs their own account and workspace. So I'm gonna ask Horizons to add a sign up and login system here. And now we have the authentication system here. Existing users can log in while new users can create an account for free. So let's test it. I'll sign up using a new email and password. And there we go, the account was successfully created. And I'm now logged into the dashboard. Since users can now create accounts and save their own information, that data needs somewhere to go. Hosting a Horizons already includes an integrated backend for storing the app's data. At the top, I have a test and live data here. The test data is connected to the preview version of the app, while the live data will be used once the app is published. So here I can see the information the app has collected, including users, deals, deliverables, invoices, and profiles. There's also a useful restore feature here. Instead of trying to undo everything manually, you can go back to an earlier message and restore the version that you want. So now I want to test whether Cresor can work as a subscription-based app. For this MVP, I'm keeping the pricing structure simple. There will be two plans. The free plan, which includes the core features but allows a maximum of 3 active deals, and the pro plan, which is the paid plan that allows unlimited active deals. This gives new users a way to try the app first. Then once they start managing more sponsorships, they have a clear reason to upgrade. So I use ChatGPT to help me write the prompt here. So once a free user reaches 3 active deals, the app should stop them from adding another one and show a message inviting them to upgrade to Pro. So I'll copy that prompt, paste it into Horizons, and wait for the update. So Horizons says that the feature has been added, so Let's test it out. I already created 3 active deals here under this free account. Now I'll try to add the 4th one. And now it shows a message saying that I've reached the 3 deal limit and need to upgrade to Pro to add unlimited deals. So the plan restriction is working. There's also an upgrade to Pro button here. When I click it, I'm redirected to a test checkout page, not a real checkout page by the way, because I haven't connected a live payment account yet. So back inside Horizons, there's now a My Store section here where I can manage the subscription setup. Because I already asked Horizons to create the Pro plan, the subscription product appears in the product list here. Here I can update the product details and configure the store settings, including the business name, logo, currency, and payment method. The test payment option is currently enabled, which is why I was able to access the test checkout earlier. So for a live checkout, I would need to connect a supported payment provider and complete the required account setup. At the time I'm recording this, the payment option available for recurring subscriptions in this setup is Stripe. Of course, platform features can change, so I recommend checking Hostinger's latest information before setting up your own subscription. There's also a shipping section here, but since this is software and nothing is being physically delivered, I can set the product up without shipping fee for all countries, so I'll just type in free shipping here. Now that the main features are working, I'm going to publish the app so I can test the live version. I'll click publish here, and now Cresor is live. So Hostinger gives me a temporary domain that I can use right away. I can also connect a custom domain if I want the app to be official. So since my plan includes one free domain for the first year, I could use that for Cresor, but I already used that one free domain included with this account for a previous project, so I would need to purchase another one for this app. From here, I can search for a domain like Cresor.com or Cresor.io and connect it later. So the web app is working, but I also need a public website where creators can understand what Cresor does before creating an account. So this is where I can explain the problem it solves, show the features, display the pricing, and encourage people to try it. So once again, I use ChatGPT to help me improve the prompts. I asked Horizons to create a public marketing website with sections for features, how it works, pricing, login, and start for free button. I'll paste the prompt here and let Horizons build it. And here's the result. It created a complete landing page with a hero section, explanation of how the app works, and a simple pricing section for the free and pro plans. I'm going to publish the changes so the marketing website is also available on the live version. Now I want to test the entire experience as a new user. I'll click start for free, create a new account, log into the dashboard. From here, I will create a few sample deals and make sure that the main features will still work on the published version. So far, the deals are being created correctly and the information is appearing in the right places. Now, I want to test the free plan limit. I already have 3 active deals, so I'll try to create a 4th one. And yes, the app shows the upgrade message saying that I've reached the 3 active deal limit. I'll click the upgrade to pro button here, and then this takes me to the test checkout. Again, this is only a test transaction. It is not a real customer subscription. I will complete the test checkout and see whether the account receives access to the pro features. So the upgrade went through. So now I will try creating the 4th deal again, and this time the app allows me to add it. So the flow is working. A user can create a free account, manage up to 3 active deals, see the upgrade message, complete the checkout, and unlock the pro plan. So there are still few things I would need to complete before treating this as a fully launched product. I still need to finalize the privacy policy, terms, and other important policy pages. I would also want to continue testing the app with different accounts and fix any issues that appear. For an MVP, I think this is already a strong starting point because it solves the main problem I found in the research. But of course, that does not mean that this app is already guaranteed to succeed. I still need to market it, like create content around the app, share it with my audience, and use their feedback to decide what to improve next. And honestly, I'm really happy with what I was able to build. I started this project with no software development background, and now I have a working SaaS MVP that I can continue testing and improving. And I'm really thankful for Hosting Horizons because it helped me turn an idea into a working web app without having to build everything through coding. And if you want to see another vibe coding project that I made, you can watch this video here where I use AI to build a simple utility website. This has been Shella. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.